Today, let's make an edible art arrangement. For the edibles, we're using 4 fruits and 1 vegetable. They have been carefully selected for winter interest, and of course, they are delicious too, except for one because it's brand new to us, so we are looking forward to trying it. Since it's an arrangement, we cannot forget about the greenery and the dry plant materials. An arrangement is not complete without them. I hope you will come along with me as I navigate my way through making this edible art arrangement from start to finish. I know you will learn something from my experience, challenges, and successes. And after watching this video, I hope you will be inspired to make your own edible art arrangement. I tried some of the peonies, but I don't think I'll be using any just because it's more of a spring color. Put these down here, and if we decide to use a layer, we can do that. It's easy access. I think you know most of the items here, but just in case, let's go over them together. Let's go over all the plants first. Banana shrub, laurel petalum, juniper. I think we have 2 different kinds there. Maybe just a little bit of the one, and then this is cami cypress, the one that is more on the yellow side. If you watch the other video on making a wreath, those were the same plants that were used. And let's look at the dry items. So we have dry eucalyptus here. This is dry hydrangea tardiva. It's the hydrangea paniculata. Dry basil stems here. Of course, the pine cones. And I got some leaves here. Let's move on to our edibles. We got white onions, avocado, dragon fruit, pomegranates, mangoes. We got miscellaneous items. We have a container here, a tin container. We have a rock. And we got some crumbled up parchment paper. And this is going to be where we're gonna have our display be sitting on. Purchased that a while back. And another parchment paper there. Alright, trying to rearrange these items from the bottom there. Alright, so let's get started with our edible art display arrangement here. Now, usually I do not do any of this stuff. I do buy certain fruits and of course vegetables and would not put them in a nice arrangement. But this year, I don't know, I just been feeling festive and just want to do something that brings colors, you know, into this time of the season. Let's go over how much I probably spent on this project. So these guys were free. These were pruned off yesterday, or the day before I should say. Same, these came from the garden. The cones were, pine cones were purchased a while ago, years ago. This one was purchased years ago. This one came from a peach can. I would say no more than $15, $20. Don't quote me on that. So there was an arrangement here before the fall arrangement, and these guys were in there. So we're just gonna reuse the parchment paper here. And the parchment paper, the reason you have it in here is so that like things like these, like pollens and other little things that came from plant items will not get all over your floor. And guess what I'm gonna do? All biodegradable. So I do want to say that I am in no way an expert at making arrangements. So hopefully we will be putting all this together and you'll be able to see my mistakes and difficulties and all that. You know, if you see that something that I did or going to do that's not working out, you know that you don't have to do that with your own arrangement because I was the guinea pig for you. I'm so sorry. The audio has been going in and out for some reason. I was not even aware of that. That's why the previous few videos have been pretty bad as far as audio goes. So it may be going in and out and you might not be able to hear me as well. So hopefully you'll be able to see what I'll be doing. So we're going to start with the base layer first. You can do this however you want to. I haven't found a formula for this or have researched into that, but I'm just going to wing it and just let my creativity flow. Right. We're going to do kind of like the same way we did the wreath. We're going to put, all right, so yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to have the side with the shoots going this way, and then we're going to do kind of like shoot to stem. I think that's how we're going to say it. So like this. And then you're going to pile it again. So it goes like that. Not like this. We don't want it to be like this, because then you'll see the two stems going like that, and there's a bald spot right here. So that's why we have to go like this. But you can always improvise like it was done in the previous video. All right, so we can do that. And for this one, if it goes out a little bit, that's fine, because it's going to make it more interesting, I think. Let's hope we have enough to go around. Let's see if I remember what I did. Let's go this way first. That. I'm the kind of person that I need everything all messy for it to look nice, because I'll be so focused that I do not have the brain capacity to organize things. The more that it gets messy, it just means that I'm more focused in what I'm doing instead of focus in trying to organize. All right, so something like this. You see that? This may be here in the center. The other thing that we can do is not have it in the center. Sometimes having it off center makes for a nice, I'm trying to think of the correct word to say it. It'll come to me eventually. It's not an arrangement, it's not a feature. It'll come to me. It'll just make it more interesting. So we can do something like this, or we can do something in the middle. Now, if you recall, I like symmetry, so more likely I will favor something in the middle to bring symmetry. So I don't know. Some people, you know, they can do it off center and it'll look great as well. So, you know, we can always change it. So for now, let's just keep it like right here. pomegranate will last you a long time. How do I know? Let me show you. These right here have been in the arrangement for going on, I think, 2 to 3 months now. And look at this. What it will do is the outside that will harden. The seeds will still be nice and juicy because I cut one open already. These are worth buying for an arrangement. I would say that pomegranates, these will work for any occasion. Look at the colors. Although they look more like winter interest plants, like for winter arrangements, they can be used for the summer as well, the spring. So, and of course the fall and winter, I think, work the best, but again can be used any season of the year. So the pomegranates are going to be your best friend, and they're going to outlast all of these guys. So avocados will be the first to be eaten, and then the mangoes. So mangoes, I do not like ripe mangoes, but my family will enjoy eating the ripe mangoes. So these guys, we'll just leave them until they're nice and soft, but they can be eaten while they're green like that or when they're still hard. I prefer them on the crunchy, hard side versus the ripe side. And of course, the onions, they'll last pretty long. I would say a good month. So, but eventually they will go bad on you. So yes, these are gonna at least give us, these guys will at least give us together, without the avocado, should give us at least 2 weeks of enjoyment as an arrangement. Did not mention the dragon fruit. I do not know anything about this plant. I know my family that doesn't live close to me, they eat this. So I'll have to ask them about it. I thought it was just interesting because it has a different look to it. It has some texture in there. So this, I would say, might need to be eaten, maybe in a week or so, no more than a week. That's what I'm thinking, but I could be wrong. If you have experience with dragon fruits, please let me know. Anyway, this is, although it's more like pink, it's more maybe in a spring arrangement. I just thought because of the nice texture, it would work for our arrangement here, and because there's only one, so it's not going to show off, as far as colors go, more than the other ones. That's what I'm thinking. Just so that we could lay the fruits nicely in there. All right. You're going to see the image in the tin right there, which is nice. And I thought this was really pretty, having the stem still on it. So I don't know, we'll just play around with it, and the first, it might not look as good, but we'll keep going. And you can put it in different, that one's up, this one we can go down like this. Maybe this one can be on this side. And let's see. Oh, and I have a rock. All right, so I don't even know if we're gonna need this rock. The reason I brought it is because it's add another element of interest, because as you know, a lot of the fruits are circular in shape, and we want something that's not circular. That's why I got this, even though this tin can right here still looks more circular, but at least it's more cylindrical. And this is kind of heavy also. So I don't know. Maybe we won't use it. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll just put it like right here in the center and put this right there like that. See, now it gives it more of an interest because it's sitting on this rock. And if we go like this, it might be even interesting. And now it stays. And we might not need everything. All right, so since this is green, we'll keep them towards the outside to match with the greenery. And then we know that we can use these very quickly, and nothing is, you know, there's no weight on the avocados. All right. Don't know about this. So you can see with this size basket, you really don't need a lot of edibles. I did not know. I just wanted to make sure that I had plenty instead of, you know, having to go and get some more. All right. There. Yeah, we'll do, I don't need to, I think I'm good with the white. I think I'm good with the, I don't need to use, trying to think if okay, so we got 4 right there. Maybe another one. Here's a tag. Cornucopia of fruits, which is really cool. All right, so I do want to use, I think we can put this, and maybe I want to put all the avocados in one spot. Another way to do it, there's that. Wow, this is more than, it's looking so pretty. It's turning out to be so nice. Or I'm gonna put, because I do love the pomegranates. I want to put something where, you know, it's not restricting airflow, because I do not want things to collect moisture and get rotten very quick. These I know that I wasn't going to use just because these are the old ones and I'm going to be eating these. I can see that it's tilting on one side, so that's not good. We can fix that. I think the basket is not okay. I think it's the rock. All right, so this is when we go back to the drawing board, sort of speak. Oh no, my avocado fell. All right, so here's that. It looks better, and we can do this too. Look at that. So this is another option. That way, this will be a lot higher than before. All right. So this is another option. And let's do, now we can do it like this. Nope. Now we don't want to, still like that. You have the avocado there. You can see now this is in the center. You see what I mean? It always has to come down to it being more symmetrical. All right. I think it's just, if I remember correctly, this does tend to lean to one side. And this one is holding that in place. We'll put, I'm trying to make use of all the fruits. That's why I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do. Let's get the avocado back. All right. There, I do like the avocados together. I don't know, it's just something that I think looks better when they're together. And, oops. All right, so maybe we don't use this at all. I don't know, I do want to use it somehow, right? I'm going to use one of these to make the rock here sit better. Now it's still leaning. All right, sorry about that. I had to turn the camera off because I couldn't figure out how to make this container work. So eventually I just took the rock out and leave it like this because this was not sitting very well. And I forgot, I knew I forgot something. So I harvested some rosemary this morning, and this is a blueberry stem that we'll be able to use, and these guys were from the other day as well. So we have some extra plant things there, plant materials. All right, so this is what I have, and I think I'm pretty happy with it, although I do want the pomegranate to stand out a little bit more because I do like the structure. Just trying to figure out how to do that. So I might do something with that. Decided to put this up here. Sometimes I do like it when it is off center. Maybe we can put something like this, and we can raise up the pomegranate to look like that. Or we can shoot this side going that way, or we can make it going this way. So lots of different options. And they're very fragile, so just be aware of that wherever you put. You want to make sure it's, it stays put. And look at this beautiful pine cone. I love this guy. So this is something that could be put straight up like this for a vertical interest. I mean, it could just go like that too if you wanted to, like that. Right? I don't know. Maybe this is something that we'll just do. That's interesting. All right, so, and we'll just play around with these. Just insert them wherever you want to. All right, so I was planning on inserting these guys in here. So let's see if I can still do it with that in the way. And I think I will put it on one side so it'll seem off balance. Makes it more interesting. So we'll just insert together like that. Have some greeneries in there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it leaning it like this. Doesn't look bad at all. Something like that. I'm going to turn to see how it looks. Now sometimes simple is the best. But I do want to show you like what it could look like when you have it all full. I just love these hydrangea bloom heads so much. I did not think that these would produce seeds like this, but so far it's my favorite hydrangea to use in an arrangement, because these seeds, oh my gosh, they just look so pretty. Let's see if we can make use out of the rosemary. Since we have brown here, up here, we just want to put some green in there to kind of help balance the whole composition. I think that's what I wanted to say. The composition. That's it. Composition. Some of them can go out of the containers too, because as long as they have a way to stay put themselves. All right. It's not bad, right? Not bad at all. The banana shrubs turn out pretty good as far as, you know, them being able to stay nice and fresh. I don't know. Maybe this is too much. I don't know. I guess you can decide like which side you want to be the back and which side you want to be in the front. Maybe we could add some to the bottom like this. Do you have some? I want to make use of all of the conifers. Trying to make sure also that there's airflow. I might not have done a good job, but I'll just make sure to check on the edibles. I thought the Laurel petalum would last longer, but they don't look so good. They look like they're wilting. Although these guys are not, you know, they're still not dry, but they just, from afar, they do look like they're on the dry side. So we're not going to use these because I think they're going to get dried up pretty fast. So I do want to use the blueberry because I think it's beautiful. Trim that off. Let's see if I can do this. I was going to do something like this. Ooh, I can. These will likely not last for so long, but it'll be fun to see in the meantime. They'll look like ornaments. Makes me want to use some of the Edgeworthia buds, but I will leave those alone. Oh gosh, these look so much better than I thought. Oh, pretty. All right. Lastly, I wanted to show you these. So these are parchment papers. I was crumbling them to resemble little ornaments, little white ornaments, but we have the white of the onions already. I wasn't sure how I was going to use it, but I know they they really do look like toilet paper or tissue paper all crumbled up. It just adds another texture to it. You don't have to put it in, but I just thought it'd be interesting, and it's parchment paper, so it's not going to get wet. So that doesn't look bad at all. So you can go like this to expose the inner core. Looks like little petal, or not little petals. Yeah, it look like flowers, like bloom heads. I'm pretty sure I could sit here and figure out a way to make this look more beautiful. But for the sake of time, we'll do something like this. It just adds another layer of texture, or you can just do like this. It'll look like little balls like that. So either way, so all I did was crumble up like this, crumble it all up. Now if you do this more time, it'll eventually look like cloth. Now I could imagine doing something like this, having something inside, so that way you can have the little ball shape, a rock or whatever it is, so that way you can have a nice shape like that. Maybe another one like right here, just together like that. Just another layer of interest. All right, let's clean up and then we'll show you the finished result. All right, things we do not want on the table have been off the table. All you see is this beautiful arrangement now. Oh my goodness, I am so impressed. So added a couple more rosemaries. I was cleaning up, saw two more that I could use. Also rearrange the parchment elements here. So I got one here, and one here, acting almost like a bloom. So let me give you a 360 degrees view, or I should say 360 degrees. Here's the first one. Here's that one. Hopefully there is something interesting in each one that you can see from your view. Here's the other one. Here's that one. And I think we are back. I just love it so much. It turned out better than I thought it would. I know in the beginning you saw that I was, wasn't sure how all this was going to go. But in the middle, I think I finally got my kind of like my focus and was able to see, like how I wanted a lot better. So I'm so happy with this whole arrangement. And I had so much fun making this. And it should be like that, right? So please make it fun for yourself, which means that it does not have to be perfect. This is not perfect. And put in something that you enjoyed looking at, you enjoy having as an ornamental interest. I know a lot of people love pine cones, a lot of people love eucalyptus, and of course the conifers. As far as the fruits go, pick something that you would enjoy eating, but just know some of them might be more perishable faster than others. So as mentioned, the pomegranates will last a long time. So that's a good one to use. And the colors, as mentioned, works for different seasons. The mangoes will, if you buy them starting green, they'll last for quite some time as well, at least 2 weeks. Onions, of course, they'll last for a good 2 weeks. Avocado, as mentioned, they will not last as long because they're going to ripe up pretty soon. Maybe you can insert some cookies in here. I can see that this is something that you could do as a gift to somebody that you know. So there's just a lot of different possibilities with doing something like this. And again, I cannot stress enough, this does not have to be perfect. This is going to be an ongoing arrangement, a dynamic arrangement. Things are going to be changing. You might, for example, in my situation, I will replenish the rosemary when these guys are no longer looking fresh. So now let's talk about where you can put this beautiful arrangement you just made. So it could be in a place where you sit and read, a place where you have your morning coffee or your morning tea, but it'll be a place that you can relax at or in, and you can take this all in. If you feel like, you can check out your mango, and if it feels right by touch and you would like to have it for a snack, guess what? It's easy to do. Just take it out. You can replace it with something else, or you can just leave it like that. So I am so happy with this, and I cannot wait to put it where I'm going to put it, on a table that was purchased from Goodwill. It's more of an outside table, but I use it in the house because it'll last a lot longer than having it sit outside. And I think I'm gonna enjoy it so much. This turns out to be so beautiful, so perfect, perfect in my eyes. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And until the next one, I hope you take care. Bye for now.